Howdy, folks. Welcome back to another episode of Resell Niche. My name is Mo, and on this channel, we discuss everything to do with reselling, selling online at places like eBay and Amazon. And today, I had a few suggestions and a few issues. The topic of today's conversation is 10 things I hate about eBay, but I also had some suggestions on how to improve the company, hopefully for both buyers and sellers. So let's get right into it, and hopefully this doesn't sound too negative and has a few decent points. Number one, bought doesn't mean paid, and some of these are pretty obvious to most sellers. But anyways, um, as you know, you could hear a cha-ching, sell something for $1,000, and it may never actually be paid for. And I get it. Every website, even Amazon, you can put something in your cart and or you can cancel it after the fact. Um, but with eBay, I feel like it's really layaway sometimes. Whether it's at busy times like Christmas, Mother's Day, or something, people maybe buy multiple sites. I get that. I understand that, but there has to be a shorter time period. And I'm not the first one to say this. I'm echoing other people's sentiments. There has to be, like, I don't know, 6 hours, 12 hours, something like that, after which the item goes back into the person's store, back on the shelf. And maybe it's still in the person's cart, but this is very inefficient. It's very 1999, where you can just sit there and eBay is playing on, oh, we're the good guys. We let people do whatever. No, it doesn't work that way. People are going to click on what they're excuse me. They're going to click on what they're going to click on. They're going to select from multiple sites, then they're going to pay when they're going to pay. If they're not going to pay, they're not going to pay. That's it. Very few times when someone just clicks on something and doesn't pay for it, do they come back and pay, in my experience. Usually if that's happened, you'll get a note something saying, oh, I get paid on Friday, and then maybe they'll come back or whatever. So there has to be something that separates the cha-ching. The cha-ching should mean it's money in your bank, not there's a possibility of funds being transferred. I want to see some money when I get a cha-ching. That's it. End of story. All right. Number two, searchable descriptions. I feel like a lot of people, myself included, used to have some really big descriptions. Now eBay doesn't even push those. I put basically my title in the description. I just copy and paste it there. There's no point to description now other than to detail something that 80 characters didn't have enough room for. And I really feel like a searchable description, when eBay pushes Google's, for example, white backgrounds in Google so much, that a searchable description will be helpful. Plus, we're getting pushed, all these item specifics that we get, the required, the recommended. How about searchable descriptions? I really feel like it wouldn't be that much of a stretch. I don't know. I'm no programmer. I have no idea. But why not? I know other sites have them. There should be you don't have to have links in there. I get that. You don't want people leaving eBay. But text, searchable description, text. I don't think it's that much to ask, especially since there's a description field. All right, number three, better shipping discounts. And this one, I understand. I come from the shipping world. I get, like, I had a franchise. The franchise would pass discounts on to us. We believe that they took a little something. eBay, I'm sure, is making money off those UPS, FedEx, post office, whatever carriers there are. They make a little something. We make, we get a little discount. But if, like, I'm hearing Pirate Ship and like Poshmark and Mercari are all like getting better discount rates, there's no reason a company the size of eBay cannot have better shipping rates. You see Amazon pushing and pushing and pushing. They use FedEx to compete against UPS. They drop FedEx, they bring them back. They do all these things just because they know the goal is customer experience. ease and of use. They want people coming back to Amazon. So they don't care about making an extra 10 cents on a priority mail package or UPS ground package or whatever it is. eBay really needs to get their priorities straight about what they're looking to do and stop being so rinky-dink. That's kind of a theme actually for these 10. Stop being so all over the place, unorganized, rinky-dink, ticky-tack, whatever you're going to call it. You're a huge company, so act like it. All right. So my suggestion for this one is simply this: get and I'm sure you already have somebody in charge of shipping, shipping czar that goes in there, negotiates all these rates and all that kind of stuff. Negotiate better rates, and if you have those rates, pass them on. I know you have a thing in our shipping thing, but we can pass on the eBay discounts that we receive as sellers to the buyers. Now, I believe that eBay has some wiggle room there to pass on some discounts, or if they don't have them yet, they should get them. So get better discounts and pass them on to your sellers, because they will pass them on to their buyers and you will have their sales. All right, number 4, the app needs to be in line with the website. And the website, I mean, that's another story we'll get to in a bit. But the app should at least be able to do everything the website does. The website has multiple features, and I get there are certain things you're not going to be able to do. Obviously, the screen size is different on a cell phone or a tablet compared to a PC or a laptop. But I know lots of people that only use their cell phones to list, only use their cell phones to buy. So that experience should be the end all be all, because it might be the end all be all. It might be the only place they ever see eBay. So why isn't it top notch? Why isn't everything that's available on the website, as much as humanly possible to program, should be in that app? And we waited way too. Apps are not a 2021 thing. Apps have been around for a long time, and a lot of other stores' apps, a lot of other companies' apps are much better than eBay's. And it makes no sense for a company of this size. Okay, number 5. And this kind of, number 4 led into number 5. eBay needs to pull its website, its main website, ebay.com, into the 21st century. And I get that. I've heard a million different reasons, and I understand that most likely it's kind of built in a way that it's too big to take down, too big to say, you know what, we're going to go down for like 24 hours because they lose too much revenue. It's also too big to rip down and restart. I get that. I'm no programmer, but just everything I'm reading is telling me that there's too much to lose to do a complete revamp. But there must be another way. There must be a way to update parts bit by bit by bit, drill little holes here. And and I know that's what they do. And I'm getting back to, maybe I'm being hypocritical here because I was saying eBay's being ticky-tack, but there has to be a way for a company that's been around for 20 odd years in the middle of Silicon Valley to hire some really good programmers to figure out a way to bring eBay sites up to standard, because right now it is below standard, in my opinion. Aesthetically, the way it looks, the way it runs is below par for something as the size of eBay. It's not up to grade. And considering we've got nearly a pretty new CEO, we've had all kinds of this, that, and the other about, oh, they're going to change this, they're going to sell off that. You need to start with the nuts and bolts. eBay is a website. You need to go to the website and make it better. And then you can do all the other stuff. All right. And I guess this is the next thing, would be the other stuff, advertising. I get it. Revenue is number 1. What are you doing business? The goal is to make more revenue. I understand that. And I made a couple videos about this recently, so I'm not going to talk too much about advertising. But advertising, in my opinion, for both the buyers and the sellers, is confusing. For example, promoted listings, which I've talked about and I have videos about. You got standard and advanced. They basically kind of compete with each other in the sense that they're in the same listing and it says promoted or something like that, or sponsored link, whatever it says. Looks like the same thing. And yeah, I won't talk anymore about that because I have videos about that. But my point is, this all needs to be streamlined. You need to have an advertising campaign Not just because you've got promoted listings, standard, promoted listings, advanced. You've got coupons, you've got markdown manager. On top of that, there's other ways to do multiple bulk discounts. You can do all kinds of this, which is great. I think they're all good ideas, but it's like they're all over the place. You need to bring this in and hone it to where it's like a campaign where all the different components work together as opposed to fighting each other. That's kind of how I see it. Anyways, number 7, the store. When it comes to an eBay store, you have, it's a store. It's a link. You can give out the link. You can send people to your store, but it doesn't feel like a store at all. For example, we purchase a store subscription, but eBay doesn't really push our stores. So I just did a quick Google search. I said, how do you search on Google for an eBay store? And all you do is you type in the letter STR/ and your username in Google, and your store should pop up. So if your store is ABC store number 1, so you type in STR/ ABC store number 1, and your store should pop up. Now, this is very well and good, but it's not really advertised. eBay pushes Google a lot. Everything Google says they want. So if your whole goal is to be big on Google, big in search, on Google search, why aren't eBay stores pushed on Google? Now, I get that you're competing with Amazon. So Amazon, it's all about the customer experience for the item. They don't want individualized millions of different stores, even though there are Amazon stores. They push the item. They push the Nike shoe rather than 50 million people selling those Nike shoes. But eBay's whole thing is stores, specific listings, stores. And like, for example, and this is going to be my next point, you've got individuals, famous individuals that have been very well known for having eBay stores. For example, I typed in STR/ and I typed in Kardashian. I was trying to find out Kim Kardashian store through Google, not through eBay. So it actually works. It's STR/ Kim, Kim's a Princess. So KIMS Princess. And the sad thing about that, and I'll put that up here. So when you look at it, it says, eBay store, exclusively for eBay. How many listings does she have up there? Big fat goose egg, nothing. That's the kind of person that you should have on there. So this brings me up to my next point, number 8. Get some celebrity endorsements. And this, again, I'm not coming up with this. I've heard 50 other resellers say the same exact thing. Celebrity endorsements cost money, but example, Kim Kardashian, she has a store already that says this, her picture, her name, her store, it's live with 0 listings in it. Why is that? You should be pushing her or her company or whatever to put at least 5, 10 things up there. Poshmark does it. All these other places do it. And I know there's other celebrities that have stores, and they're like, if you Google it, if you go through eBay, you'll be able to see celebrity stores. But that should be a thing. eBay stores should be the eBay store. If you're pushing eBay stores, you're selling it to sellers. You keep selling it. You've got the Anchor store, and then now you've got the Enterprise store, which is for 100,000 plus listings. Okay, you need a name behind that. Nobody cares about Enterprise. They care about, The Rock, Kevin Hart, Kim Kardashian, Shaq, and his eBay store. That's what you need. So celebrity endorsements, if you could get one, it doesn't even have to be a huge celebrity. You can even get your own eBay guy and do like a whole marketing thing, some, pseudo millennial, whatever. Just do something. There's no marketing strategy whatsoever at eBay. It's just throw money at random. Again, it comes back to my point about it's kind of ticky-tack, throwing money randomly here, there, trying to cover up the cracks here. There's no strategy there's no strategy for your advertising. For sellers, there seems to be no strategy that I can see for advertising for eBay.com in general. I see Macari ads on TV. I see Poshmark ads. I see Amazon ads. I have seen eBay ads. very few and far between, and I don't understand what I'm looking at. I know they pushed sneakers recently, and they had like a sneaker store, the authentication. So I thought, okay, they're going towards the younger market. I haven't heard much about that since. So I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're doing that. I just haven't seen it. Uh, it's confusing to me though. Again, it's muddled, a muddled message. So this kind of brings me to my next point, number 9. The point of using celebrity endorsements or endorsers, excuse me, would be to attract younger people. Even millennials, I mean, are not really using it. Millennials are not super young anymore. They're in their mid 30s. I'm talking about people generally mid teens to 30. So like 15 to 30 age group. Those people don't even know eBay exists. If you think millennials don't use eBay, at least they've heard of us or heard of eBay. People younger than that don't even know. If I was to ask my kids, what is eBay? They'd say, I've heard of it because you use it. Other than that, they would have no idea what eBay is. So all this marketing, if you were to get celebrities that people have heard of that are younger, then possibly you can get younger users. All of eBay's users, and I'm not saying anything new, I've heard this so many times online already, are getting older and older and older. And the bulk of the money that advertisers are searching to try and grab is millennials and younger. So I don't see eBay attracting that crowd at all. There are too many other apps that are much smaller market share, much smaller marketing budget, but for some reason are in front of those people's faces. This whole thing about sneakers confuses me because I don't really think that young kids are using eBay to buy or to search for sneakers. Maybe sellers use it now to authenticate whatever, but they're going to StockX, they're going here, they're going there, they're going somewhere else to sell those sneakers. It's not eBay. So, I mean, the thought's good, you're going in the right direction, but it's not there yet. So I had a couple suggestions about this. Like, the way I would see it is like when Apple in the 80s was trying to compete with the big boys, the IBMs, to push Apple IIe's. I remember the Apple IIe in elementary school because it was given to pretty much every elementary school that I can remember for free. They had labs and they were provided to them, the software, the computers, everything. And I mean, in the 80s, even the teachers didn't really know how to use them. I think eBay is missing the boat. What they need to do is reach out to teachers and administrators and principals and set up some kind of fundraising thing. Show schools that instead of selling cookies and candy, have teachers teach students how to use an eBay store. Do your fundraising there. Give them like no free stores. Let them run with it. And if you get it into their heads that, oh, when I want to make money, instead of going to Costco and getting a giant bag of candy and selling it in the quad, I can go and get an eBay store for free. And Mr. Smith, the history teacher, or whatever, the social studies or English or math or whoever is going to be in charge of it, can set this up for me. And we can raise money that way for your sports, for your music. All the schools desperately need money. I think eBay has the infrastructure to reach out in major cities, set up eBay stores. You could do this virtually. You don't even have to go in there. And just go in and say, eBay is the place for fundraising. eBay junior stores, whatever. I don't know what you call it, but it doesn't make sense to me that they're just ignoring half of the population and hoping for the best. I don't get it at all. So go in there, go into schools, elementary schools, junior highs, high schools, set it up, show them where they can make money, and eBay can make money, and eBay gets free advertising. I don't know. It would make sense to me, especially since most kids these days, even junior high kids, elementary school kids, have cell phones, have tablets. Because of COVID, we've been forced on them for the last 18 months. They could be using that cell phone time to set up an eBay store and sell stuff on eBay. I don't know. That's just what I would have thought to do. Fundraising on eBay. And I know they do have it. I know they have charities, this and that, but I've never really seen it geared towards schools. So anyways, and this brings me to point number 10, which is kind of like point number 9. So sorry about that. I never went to eBay Open, and I'm a little bit sad about that. When it was a physical eBay Open, I've seen some of the seminar classes after the fact this year, but now it's kind of broken up into regional things or online, classes and seminars, sessions, which is fine. But I think instead of targeting others, eBay sellers, which is fine. I think you should target sellers, help out sellers. That's great. You should also target new users. So my suggestion would be similar to suggestion number 9. Reach out to businesses and universities. And your eBay Open shouldn't just be like a 1-year thing where you're handing out flyers and buttons and whatever. Like, oh, it's lots of goodwill and we're all happy now. Let's forget about it till next year. No, it should be a strategic. It should be targeted at new customers, new users, new sellers, new buyers. So how do you do that? And also, obviously, to younger new users, new buyers, universities, companies. You need to reach out to them and then offer them your services for free or very minimal fees. Whatever covers your budget. I think, like, for example, when I was in college, within the first 2 weeks, all the different groups on campuses, the credit card companies, different places that were looking to hire students would have booths just on campus. They'd have a table, come sign up for a credit card. I'll give you a t-shirt. I'll give you a $50 credit. I'll give whatever it was. eBay needs to be like that. Maybe you don't physically go out and set up a table, but they need to be at universities, they need to be at companies, they need to be at job hiring places, they need to be, and I'm not sure about job hiring places, but they need to be in people's ear about setting up eBay stores and how to do it, how easy it is to do it. So I would set up a whole team of people that's dedicated to searching for new places to partner up with. I think schools are a huge one they're not doing. Any place that needs to do fundraising, cities, city councils, all these places, they should be partnering up with. But that should be something that's pushed more. Get it in people's heads, like it's stuck, like get an eBay store or figure out a slogan to where you are pushing people in, to the first place when they think about selling stuff online is in their own eBay store. So anyways, those are my 10, I don't know, 10 things I hate or 10 suggestions or whatever you want to call it. Let me know what you think, if they're doing these things already. I just haven't heard about them. But either way, if you enjoyed this video, please check out our other ones. Until the next one, have a good one, guys. Bye.
Bye.